How's it going, everyone? Back with another stream today. We're going to be playing some uh, Pioneer Orzhov. We're going to be continuing off what we played last stream and just kind of fine tuning here and there. I think last stream we had Tenacious Underdog and Lion Sash in the 2-drop slot. And today we're going to try out Luminarch Aspirant as a way to just uh, my criteria I have to take a step back. My criteria I have in Pioneer is we need our 2 drops to have 3 power, because it needs to attack through a Boreal Grazer and Sylvan Carry added. And Luminarch does fit that. Aspirant does fit that bill because you cast it on 2, put a counter on it, and then turn 3 you put a counter on it again and it attacks for 3 and turn 3. Um, and surprise, I played the league off stream. Surprising, this card is just the game goes long and this just pumps your team and it's been really good. So I'm excited to try out get a bigger sample size. We had 4 Thraven Inspectors last stream, but we're gonna cut 2 and add 2 Redains just as something to try. I've noticed some Orzhov lists I've seen in the past run 2, so I'm just gonna try that because I feel like 4 is probably too many of this effect. Cyber wise, we're gonna try Kai's guy on the sideboard. We had Ritual Suit, but the life game seems worth it, and everything in the list costs 3 or less anyway. So Ritual Suit wipes the board no matter what. So we'll see how hard it is to cast this Kai's Wrath. I added a second Comball because Comball has been very impressive as well. The card that I'm kind of iffy about are the 2 Fiendslayer Paladins. Against all the red decks, you can't target it. It pairs really well with Luminarch Aspirant because you can just make it into a 3/3 first strike lifelinker. That's pretty good. Um, but like when you're staring down uh, a prowess threat, like you can't exactly block it profitably because they could just grow into a 2/3, and then you're just chump blocking at that point. So I'm debating if this should be a Kalitas, for example, or maybe kind of one and then cut an Archon and have like 2 Kalitas in the sideboard, for example. I think Cletus is still good, even though we have like 3 Verse and 1 Dire Tactics. We still run 4 Push and 2 Thirst, so I think Cletus is still decent. Um, like I said, I did also add a Dire Tactics over the 4th Vanishing Verse. Incidentally, all of our creatures mostly are humans. It's only Archon and Rudain aren't, but Graveyard Trespasser, Luminarch Aspirant, Silverquill Silencer, and Thraben Inspector are all humans. Gideon can be a human in a pinch. Um, so Dire Tactics seems like a nice one-up to have to exile stuff like Gigantha or Crackling Drake if we don't have Revolt. Gigantha's kind of the main one. We have 2 Bloodchief's Thirst, but just having another answer to that is nice. Um, so yeah, let's give this a whirl. Um, and Sandy, I know my stream has been kind of cutting it out. I was congratulating you on your trophy, and I was kind of thinking about what I would play in Modern. I was kind of brewing this off stream. Because I haven't played Modern in a hot minute. But I was kind of thinking about cutting green as I did in Pioneer and like how I would build it. Um, and I think this is what I came up with. Um, so it's just like Urza Saga, uh, Stoneblade, um, and then we can run stuff like main deck Tarak and still be fine with Saga because like it's always a struggle having Saga and Tarak just because there's not enough black mana when you're playing 3 color as I've played in Navzen before. Um, so the mana is gonna be a little bit easier um, on the Tarak and the Voidwalkers as well. Lion Sash seems interesting just to be able to eat everything and put it on a Sentinel. I saw Control Freak earlier stream and he had a playset for Extreme Crusaders in his Mardu deck that he was kind of just playing for fun. And Lion Sash seems great to pair with it, just because it's just cheap to cast and equip too. Um, cut the white and add green and red. Yeah, I can also recommend you to cut the red and add the white too, because the white's pretty good. So just something to think about if you're watching this on YouTube and if you want to watch um, me stream that, definitely holler. I just haven't played Modern. I was kind of been just focused on Pioneer because of uh, Man, Kira is interesting. We'll keep this. Put well into 5. Yeah, red and 6 is definitely a good reason to be green and red, that's for sure. Red and 6 is just so overpowered. So if we have the dire tactics on 1-drop, taking 1 is probably fine. 2-drop, Luminarch Aspirant. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So now we can dire tactics and not the fuck. Create a 1/1. Okay. Interesting. I don't know what our opponent is doing, but I'm gonna redeem them. Archon is also a good one. I'm gonna pump up the Luminarch Aspirant. I'll try to polymorph the tokens. I mean, that's more reason to play the Redain. And hold up dire tactics next turn. So I'll but what are they polymorphing into? What's big? I'm assuming it's a dinosaur threat. Yeah, I'm gonna play the Redain if they're a polymorph deck. Some green do. That's probably that's obviously an elemental or a dinosaur or a beast. Best main ingredients are pretty good though. Because if it does stop polymorph, it makes polymorph cost 6. Or not polymorph, like whatever Transmogrify, whatever the red version is, right? Fable. Sure. Gideon. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we kind of have to hold up dire tactics here, right? That's kind of shitty. Oh, yeah, that's kind of shitty. We could also play Archon, hope they don't have a basic either, too. So let's just start with combat. So we'll put this on Redain. Oh, they're... Oh, wow. Okay. That's actually fine. I'll just play an Archon. Okay. So attack for 5, 9. We could just play Gideon, for example. Careful cultivation. Huh. She'll play the forest, so This is either A, their last land, or they don't have any more non-basics, because they would play non-basic unless they have a 5-drop here. Okay. So they go to 11 with a Redain attack. They have 2 cards in hand. Oh, they just put Kahira in hand. Okay. Could be worse. Could be worse. I could just name Kahira here. That'd be fantastic. I think I'd do that. If I play the Silver Coast Silencer, this will flip. Like, they always have nothing in hand because they're putting Kahira in hand, and they sack the briefcase for it. They could play another Fire Prophecy. That's fine. Okay, it's the card they probably drew because they played the Forest last turn with the Archon in play. So we could probably just Dire Tactics the Reflections, or just hold up Dire Tactics. Play the Kahira, bro. Play the Kahira. Don't know how I would sideboard here. Probably just bring in the Duresses. Okay. Okay. So you attack for 3. Am I scared if they reflections? If they let them untap with reflections? I could play Trespasser and they go to 7. And then we essentially have lethal. Like, if they make a token with the Kahira, I don't really care. Like, the Redain can just block the Kahira. Not that I would block either, because they do have damage-based removal. I kind of just want to play Trespasser and just... Oh, you're right. It is also non-legendary. True. I think I just want to play Trespasser. And just, like, get this kind of pressure going. And then we just present lethal, like, literal lethal next turn. And then if they don't draw anything, we can just Dire Tactics to Kira, force the chump with the reflections. So this is a little bit more of an aggressive line. Like, holding up the Dire Tactics is a little more conservative, but I think I like this better. It's a little greedy, but... Huh. Okay. That's fine. They have one card left. Okay. Enter combat. Eat a creature. Half jump. Perfect. Okay. I will say, companions make Silvercoal Silencer a little bit easier for shitty Magic players like me, that I can just name a card that I know that's in their hand. um, Attack for lethal. Okay. Duress. I don't really know how to sideboard. They kind of didn't really do anything. Um, like, do we want Fiend Slayer Paladin just because they can't like kill it? It's kind of iffy though. I don't know if we want all the pushes. Like, if they are really like a Transmogrify deck or whatever. We already have the Vanishing versus. How's it going, Distazo? How's it going, buddy? Yeah, Radane's kind of a cool addition. I played it off stream and just like I like one young pyromancer. Like my opponent had two young pyromancers, and I just played the shield, and the tokens just didn't do anything. And I just flew over with the second Redane. So I've been a huge fan of this card for sure. I really don't know how to sideboard in this match. They just didn't really do anything. They just killed some things, made a couple of 1/1s, and then played reflections, and like that was it. Like it's whatever. Ping burn, that seems pretty good against that deck for sure. Do we just board out 2 thirst, bring in 2 to rest, hold up push for like Transmogrify if that's what they're on? I honestly don't know how to sideboard in this. I don't even know what their main primary deck, their primary game plan is. I'm just hoping like Redane. Don't know how much weight Redane pulled, but it must have done something. On the draw, this hand's kind of not that great. I might just mulligan this hand. I kind of want like a discard. Like, I don't even know what to name a silencer on turn 2. It might be like that red removal spell. Or could it just be reflections too? I might just keep this on the draw. Fire Prophecy. I might name Fire Prophecy because they had 2 of those. Thoughtseize. Okay, I'll play Swamp. Have I been happy with Inspector? So I played 4. I liked it, but I don't think I like 4. If that makes sense. I like how it triggers a Volt. I like how it lowers the curve a little bit. So in that regard, I think I want at least 2, maybe 3. I just don't know where to make room for the 3. That makes sense. Okay. Ah, they have to strangle. Boo. Boo. So I'll play the Redain. Aspirant has been very impressive. I played it off stream. And even like that last game, I put a counter on the Redain, and look how much quicker my clock was. Like, beating in for 3 versus beating in for 2 is like night and day. And like that's always been my problem with like Orzhov deck historically, is uh they are always like the problem with like I found with the Orzhov deck is like the creatures are just inherently smaller, so it's harder to beat down and be the aggro deck. But it's all kind of changed when you have Luminarch Aspirant. Do we just play Trespasser here? We played Shelter Thicket. I could also go Aspirant, hold up, push for this guy if they are like on the might just play Archon. And the next turn we can beat for 3. Play Aspirant, hold up, push. Deck has basics. Yeah, the card has been really impressive for sure. It's definitely a like I've been like playing a lot of black green and Abzan, and maybe it's worth exploring Aspirant and Abzan specifically. I just don't think you can really play a 3-color deck in this format. It's just too difficult in my opinion. Should have held up push. Okay, I need to okay, now that we know that this is a thing, they can make 4/4. That's scary. I need to draw an untapped land so I can Wandering Emperor this. So it's specifically a black source, so that we can double push. Okay. Oh, they're gonna put a shield on this guy, please. A shield counter is just when it's... Oh, is it targeted? Prevents damage or destruction, so it does not get around Wandering Emperor. Fuck. No, I believed you. I just was a little greedy. I was just a little greedy. I don't think they would have went for it if I held up push, though. They could layer, too. I think I'm going to put Aspirant in play and hold up push. Like, I'll put it on this Archon. And then the next turn... If a shield counter is removed... Yeah, we really needed that untapped black source here. So we take 11. I also might have to just fatal push this Hydra too. Here in hand. Okay, here in play. Gains vigilance. 12. So. Ah! Okay, we need we could board a Noxious Grasps. Yeah, we could board a Noxious Grasps. Maybe better than the Gideons. Yeah. Now that we have a little bit more information, game one we just crushed them. So I've never played against this deck before, so bear with me. I think it's a lot harder when you're playing a deck with Silvercore Silencer where you don't really know the format too well, or when the format's really open. Okay, so they're just all like red removal spells. Maybe it's worth boarding in Fiendslayer Paladin over Graveyard Trespasser. On the play, Archon seems okay. Maybe it is worth boarding in Fiendslayer Paladin over Graveyard Trespasser. Just because they can't kill it. Maybe this is fine. Like we just need to be the aggro deck and just having a threat that's just a slightly more resilient because they literally just killed all of our threats. They killed our Aspirant, our Archon, and our Redain, right? So, or sorry, they killed our Silencer. They killed like 3 of our creatures with Strangle. Yeah, they strangled this, and then killed Archon and Redain, and like we just couldn't kill them. Like we are kind of the aggro deck here, awkwardly. Jeez. Okay. Hopefully we have. I think I'll bottom a Trespasser. Guess I'll take the Transmogrify. They just have all the removal. Maybe I should have bottomed one of the removal spells. I don't know. Okay. So we have all the removal, but so they can just strangle this. But they kind of have to like spend their briefcase on it. We need to draw another threat next turn, like the next 2 turns, so they interact with us, and then we can just hold up our interaction. Yeah, maybe I was incorrect to keep both of these. Okay. A 2-draw would be great. Or even 3 Inspector. Just somewhere where we can just hold up interaction too. Oh my. That's actually not a bad draw if we draw an untapped land later. So we'll just Noxious Grasp this. And hold up push. So the hand is Briefcase, Rending Volley, Unknown. They did not draw Transmogrify. Okay. Their hand is Rending Volley, Unknown. Untapped land would be the best draw probably. Because we can hold up Wandering Emperor. Damn it. I said untapped land. I was very specific. Rending Volley only deals damage to creatures, so that's good. So Wandering Emperor having flash is very relevant here because we can just hold up removal and play our threat too. Okay, that's slightly more scarier. They put a +1/+1 on their creatures. That's actually pretty good. Sure, I don't care about that. Well, I'm glad I kept both removal spells now. Hindsight, I made the correct decision. Okay. I think I let this go. I don't want them to Transmogrify now. Like, it's not worth just ambushing a 1/1. Okay. Sucks that I spent a Noxious Grasp. So now I can't exactly answer the Kihira. So they can Rending Volley my Samurai token. So we know 2 of the 4 cards. We attacked first because I don't want to duress and they have Rending Volley. We just kind of get free 2 points damage in. So they put Kihira in their hand, so... 3 damage to target creature. So I think I want to take the Fire Prophecy. These don't get pump rate citizens, yeah. I'll take the Fire Prophecy. Yeah. Sure. Hmm. I think I'll Vanishing versus the Fable now. It just digs more, and they just get so much value out of it. I have to do it eventually, right? We're kind of naked now to Transmogrify off the top, unfortunately. Okay. They're close to just hardcasting the Titan, too. Oh my god. Maybe I shouldn't have pushed the Citizen. Like, now I just, like, I'm so naked. Maybe I just, like, evaluated my rule of spells incorrectly. Now I kind of have to let them um, attack with their Goblin. We block with the Hive. They play the Titan and then we can Vanishing verse it. Do the rules bar for this? I wonder if that what they'll do. I think I should just make 2 4/4s. Regret not boarding in Kaya's Wrath. But they have this. They could just put a shield counter on it, right? Um. How do we get out of this? We can draw another Wandering Emperor. That's a great card to top deck. It's the third verse. Gain 5. Oh sure. Okay, that's fantastic. We can easily get out of this spot now. We just need a top deck. We can easily get out. We just need to draw a threat. I guess I could. I'll say the push. I guess it doesn't hurt to hold up push in case they like cast another Transmogrify or something. They didn't attack with the Rhino. Interesting. They're playing on Wandering Emperor. Fucking A. Dude. We haven't drawn any threats, unfortunately. Alright. If they draw another Titan, I'm gonna be very upset. Okay. Oh, sorry, my mic was off. I gotta hope that they activate Chariot and then like make a copy of the Chariot with the reflections, and then we can Dire Tactics it there. That's the only way we can get out of this spot. Not interesting. Interesting that they went with that line. One, two, three, four, five, six. Unless they have a need for all that mana. We just did not. I think I was a little too aggressive in protecting the Wandering Emperor that one turn. But I don't know. They also just drew very well, too. They just kept drawing heaters. I mean, we were also just drawing all the removal, too. It's not like we flooded either, but, like, we just drew kind of the wrong half of the deck, which is kind of a symptom of these mid-range decks. Like, this is where, like, I really want a companion just to, like, put in our hand and then just have a threat constantly. But it is what it is. Thoughtseize into push into Trespasser seems good. We'll go Grim Flying Pathway into Cave into other pathway. Shadow Spear, interesting. 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 Well, that was Ward 2, so we can't exactly push it now. Not that I really want to, anyway. Ginger Brute. Okay. That's a nice curve out. What does this card do? Control of enchantment. I will push this when it comes down to it. Maybe they have a counter spell. Maybe I should have pushed it on my turn. Oh, that's a really aggressive portable hole. Ward 2. Ironically, Vanishing Verse is not good in this matchup. So I can hold up a Gonjo plus play Silencer next turn. I'm not exactly sure what I would want to name. Ginger Brute. Okay. Another Trespasser. I really don't know what to name. Just name another portable hole. They kind of have to invest all their mana into attacking, so. Oh, that's kind of scary. I'll crack a clue because I don't think I'm gonna Agonjo. Yeah. I'm gonna play this Luminarch Aspirant, I think. Okay. Maybe I should have slammed the Trespasser, knowing that they might just equip there. I'll take that. Another aspirant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so I'll put a counter on the silencer. So now they might not attack. Okay. Luckily we drew none of our vanishing versus that game, since they're all colorless. So do I have to board out 3 vanishing verse? Um Do I just board in 1 Fiendslayer Paladin just because that has lifelink? That's kind of funny. Thoughtseize push. All these seems fine. All these seems fine. Archon's kind of slow on the draw too, because they kind of deploy their hand off the gate, right? Like maybe we keep in 1 vanishing verse for Shadow Spear, but I don't think that's necessary. Maybe it's just Fiendslayer Paladin. We just raise. Cool. Shadow Spear again. Okay. Okay. Do we just take the Rebuke? We could take the Smith. I'll take the Smith. That's a 2 for 1 here. They can Stone Go Super for 1 and then hold up Rebuke, but it's kind of whatever. Sure. Hey, how's it going, Luminarch? Thanks for the sub, buddy. Appreciate it. 50 months, man. That's awesome, dude. There's an argument for just playing the Gaulish Shrine, but... Okay. Okay. So I'll push this. I could just go Redain now. I could also just go Pathway. I'm pretty much just gonna like play whatever threat we have and then just pass, right? So I think I'm going to play Redain. Just in case they have something that's more expensive. I don't know what's in their deck, but they have something that costs 4 or greater that ISIS taxes them. I don't think we need to like necessarily race, right? Portable, like all our threats dodge portable land, so it doesn't matter. I could just throw Pal now just to go into the Rebuke, but I don't think that's a good plan. So just play the Gaulish Shrine. Okay. I could also just wait until I get my 6 mana to cast this Fiend Slayer Paladin, which I just did. I think we just go ham. I have to exile something. Thanks. Thanks. It's funny. So I could just play Aspirant. But then it gets a portable hole target. I might just fire up the Hive again. I don't mind also just playing Fiend Slayer Paladin too. Oops. What am I doing? White, white, black. They're like, another card that dodges portable. Thanks. That's just a big duder. Okay. That has reach. That's kind of annoying. So I'll put the counter on Redain. And then we can Dire Tactics the Serpent. Oh, that Ornithopter is actually a really good draw. They tap the Ornithopter. Interesting. Okay. Oh, it's protection from multicolored. Fucking A. 11, 3, 6, 8, 9. Fucking Stone Cold Serpent. Oh my god. So we need to all push off the top. Oh golly. Fucking Stone Coiled Serpent. Okay. So they rebuke in hand. Damn. Castle. So we can activate Castle. And still... Oh, we can't animate Hive. I think it's worth it. Okay. They sell the Rebuke. So we can just Bloodchief's Thirst that. Oh, they're summoning a rebuke on this? That's very surprising. Well, that Kaya's Wrath was very clutch. Holy cow. Crawling back in this game. Maybe there's an argument to fire up the hive. Maybe I should have done that. But I don't think we're gonna... I guess they'll be at 7. We have a 2-turn clock anyway, so I think it's safer just to draw here. It's lethal. Wow, what a game. They just... Unfortunately, they just, like, flooded the last couple of turns there. And Castle just drew us out of it. That's crazy. Oh my goodness. That was a cool deck. But Stone Cold Serpent, protection from multicolor is kind of absurd. You got very lucky. Oh no, my camera. Man, my camera has been kind of dying a lot recently. Damn. Kaya's Wrath, baby. Let's go. Alright. Uh-oh. Video died again. Oh, mono green. Gross. So we'll Thoughtseize, and then we'll know what we'll want to silence, right? I think it's kind of whatever. I think we just take the Wolf Willow Haven, I think. I wonder if they'll play the Stone Cold Serpent. The answer is yes. Stone Cold Serpent isn't usually in mono green though, so that's what's weird. Do we just name like Cavalier? Wandering Emperor. It's a good draw if we can draw a white source. They attack the Stone Cold Serpent and I'm gonna trade. Okay, so they have 2 Passages. So if they don't attack here, this can't attack. So next turn we could probably just go Inspector. They're firing that up. I think I trade Trespasser on Lair, actually. Because this can get bigger. It shuts off their mana source, too. No, this is bigger. Still need a white source for the Wandering Emperor, but they played the Besiju. Okay. So we can get aggressive here. Especially now that we drew Hive. So we can Thrave Inspector. It's actually argued to like not Thrave Inspector here, so Graver Gluten stays a 4/4. I think we want the card though. I'm gonna crack this now. Just in case you draw Thoughtseize. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Okay. The last card is Vestige. Their hand was very bad. And their draws are very bad too. So they block. Take 4. Fair. So I think the only way they get out of this is storm the festival. So I think I'm gonna name that with Silvical Silencer. Yeah. Sweet. Alright. Mono green, mono green, mono green. Noxious Grass. Full playset of Archons. On the draw, I could be interested in maybe some Kaya's Wraths, but maybe board Arbor Dane. It does. Redain like slows down Storm the Festival, which is interesting, but it's like I feel like it doesn't do enough. I think we like trim 2 pushes, maybe a third push and a Redain, or maybe in like a Trespasser on the draw. Like on the draw, maybe we want the second push, cut Trespasser. Maybe we don't even want the silencers. Keep the Trespasser on the draw. Maybe we want the Wraths. as just a way to catch up. Maybe they're better than getting Gideons on the draw. Let's try it. So we'll go castle first here, actually, as our first land job. We go courtyard, courtyard, so we can curve out on turn 3. And then we essentially need to draw... And then, since we have double concealed courtyard and castle, it doesn't matter what we draw. In terms of like our mana source, we can Kaya's Wrath on 4 if need be. Alright, so we can cast that on 4. Okay. It's weird how this doesn't really help with devotion, though. So 1, 2, 3... Do I just name Old Growth Troll here with Silver Silencer? I could also name Karn. Since we have the Kaya's Wrath, I kind of want to name a non-creature. So if they commit more to the board, this Kaya's Wrath will be pretty good, right? Another Stonecold Serpent? Oh. That's... Alright! We named them correctly! Let's go! Okay. Okay, so that means we need to draw like one of our Fatal Pushes just to attack the Karn down. We can't attack the Karn down now, unfortunately. Treasure Vault. So they're just stuck on land. So Fatal Push means you're going to attack the Karn down, which is going to be good for us. Cool. Attack the Karn down. Maybe the Fatal Pushes aren't something I should be boarding out, knowing the fact that, okay. Sure. Now I kind of don't want to, like, Kaya's Wrath. Because now we're kind of on the front foot here. So Vanishing versus this. We could also just, like, get this Wanting Emperor going, right? No, but I kind of want to cut them off Nykthos mana. So I think this is fine. Lands at the top would actually be pretty decent, I think. So play Therium Inspector. Again, so there are we know what are the now 4 cards in hand. They could slam Cavalier, and that would suck, but another Old Growth Troll, sure. I think we slam Archon here. I could have attacked. I should have attacked and then put the counter on Silver Quill Silencer, I think. But Maybe Shannon Cavalier with the silencer. Maybe I should have Vanishing versus the Troll. Maybe that was just too aggressive. I think I just gotta pass here. Kind of want them to overcommit to the board. We could crack a clue in the turn. We can Noxious Grasp something. Also, if they just attack with a Cavalier, we can just Wandering Emperor it. Okay. So they could pay something that costs 6. Huh. I kind of want to just pass and then play Silverquill Silencer and name the boat. And then hold up Noxious Grasp. It's Archon doing work, though. That's for sure. Two, three, four. Damn. We can't Wrath plus Redain to stop Karn, unfortunately. Screw 3. Is Extinction Prevention better? I think it depends on the matchup. Extinction Event is good against Mono Green, but I like Haya's Wrath versus all the other creature decks like Mono Red, Human, Spirits, etc., etc. Okay. Okay. So I don't want to play Noxious Grasp. I think I have to wrath the board now. Wish I drew a land, because I could have drawn a land and then like played Aspirant to like put up pressure. Maybe I should have cracked a clue with the card on the stack. Two, three. We could hope that they overcommit one time. I think I'm going to pass a turn. I hope they attack. I hope they attack with the Cavalier. We Wandering Emperor the Cavalier. And then we could wrath the board and then like plus, for example. So should I Wandering Emperor the Sky Sovereign or Wandering Emperor the Cavalier? If I exile, they can just get it back, so I need to exile the Cavalier. So we'll block here. So now I really hope to draw an untapped land. I guess they'll boat though, right? We need a removal spell for the boat. That's the problem. Oh, the boat stays a creature. Oh my god. Until your next turn. Wow, that's wild. Let's go. So we'll play Luminarch Aspirant. So they can make a token. Do I put the counter on Luminarch Aspirant? I guess so. Instead of making another 2/2. No, I think it's better to make another 2/2. I think it might be better to just make another 2/2. Cash in this Wandering Emperor now. Yeah, let's cash in this now. We could Noxious Grasp the Troll. Because I don't think there's a point in plussing the aspirant. If they want to activate Karn, they have to sack the Karn. And they can get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They could get Shadow Spear. That's a card that I'm kind of worried about. I did. Doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. I could pull it up, I think. I saw Dan posting it right when I went live, so I didn't respond to it in my Discord. For those who haven't joined the Discord, please join it if you're tuning in. We just broke 200 people in there, which is awesome. So, like, it doesn't untap it, so you're kind of just tying your land up constantly to make it 3/3. So I don't think it's that good. It does a lot, but I don't think it's that good, at least in my opinion. Excuse me. That's aggressive. Does not untap. The fuck? That's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The new black figure does seem interesting. That I am interested in for sure. Because it's just a nice, like, it's a 2-mana, it's a 2-mana 2/2 with upside. Let me pull it up. I guess it's not really upside. It's just you break even on cost. Oh, they printed more. They revealed more cards. Jaya Fire Negotiator for. Okay, 4-mana 4/4 with 4 abilities is scary. It makes a 1/1 with prowess. Exile 2 target library. That's pretty good. Choose target opponent creature and opponent controls. Whenever you attack this turn. Oh, so the minus is contingent on you attacking. Stone Coil Serpent. Interesting. Vanishing Verse is good. I might just go double 3 here. I might just go Trespasser, Archon. God cards. What God cards does Mono Green run? I don't know what gods they could search up. I'm kind of scared. I don't know what this means. I think no matter what, I think I'm going to go Trespasser for sure. And I don't know what the next I should do. Let's use Ghost ability from Karn. Oh, okay. So it doesn't actually tutor for anything. So I shouldn't be concerned right now. So I think the way we kind of get cheesed out is if they go another Karn into Shadow Spear. So I think I have to play the Archon. So I'll go Trespasser. Oedipal Lugranos. And then play an Archon. And I think I'll put the counter on the Archon, probably. I could put on the Trespasser and then offer the trade here. Yeah, I think I'll do that. So they can sack this, make a 2/2. We need a Bloodchief's Thirst. Yeah, Bloodchief's Thirst. Dire Tactics. Well, I guess Dire Tactics can't kill Stone Cold Serpent, sorry. So Bloodchief's Thirst or the one push that's left in the main deck. To kill the Serpent to attack. Okay. That's the spell that they're going to cast for turn. Got it. I think I'll let this go. Another Trespasser. So we can eat something, they go to 6. I think it's better than casting Redain. I'll put it on the Trespasser again. So now they can attack with the Ogre Troll. They don't want to make a 2/2, which is interesting. So in a turn, I'll at least crack a clue or cast a Noxious Grasp. I could also just potentially go wide here. I could Noxious Grasp a Troll, untap. They block. They take 6, yeah. One, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. If they pass the turn, I might just like not cast anything just to flip my Trespassers. The Kaya's Wrath have been solid. I think the thing that I'm most concerned about with Kaya's Wrath is casting it. So the fact that we were able to interesting. I think I just... I think I throw everything in front of it. Okay. That's fine. That is perfectly acceptable. Let's go. 2 Mana Green. That's a card that that was a matchup I was kind of I really want to get data out of it. And 2-0ing it was, I mean, the first game we got really lucky. Our opponent definitely drew poor, but the Kaya's Wrath was something that I was kind of iffy on. I kind of just last minute just boarded it in, and that definitely um, helped out for sure. I mean, we definitely have a lot of the exile effects, so we can Vanishing versus a Ogre Troll or Cavalier, but like the Silencer dealt like 9 damage that match. Like we named Karn, and they casted Karn twice, and then I think I named... I did name Cavalier, and then I think I also drained... they also took 3 there, so they took 9 from the Silencer. The Silencers actually were very, very impressive. It was cool because we did have the Kaya's Wrath in our opener. So then the only card that I was scared of was the non-creature spell, which was Silencer. So that was really cool. Archon put in work too. Agreed. I want to give a shout out to Garrett, my buddy who's been pushing for Archons in that matchup, and not gonna lie, that was a very impressive showing for sure. We're gonna have to blind Silencer probably based on what they play on turn 1. So we'll see. But we have a nice curve out in terms of our lands, and I want to mention again that like Watery Grave, Thoughtseize. I want to mention that so I'll probably name Fatal Push if they don't take this. I want to mention that I keep carping on like the mana base in this format, and Orzhov has felt the best for me in terms of mana. Because I'll name Fatal Push. It just feels nice. Like I feel like I feel like I don't have to worry about our mana base when I can just deploy our spells versus like when I played Golgari, when I played Abzan, even when I played Rakdos. Like Rakdos is a little bit better, but like Golgari, the mana was just so atrocious. I don't know if it's just because I was also playing Field of Ruin, but like, well, we have a nice answer to that Ledger Shredder with this Archon. We just drew 2 lands, though. As I'm complimenting the mana base, that doesn't mean I draw more lands deck. That's not what I meant. So we will play the cards that they did not know about. So these are the unknown, right? But they knew about the planes, but they don't know about these 2. They shocked in. So if we draw a Fatal Push, Vanishing Verse, anything like that, we can attack for 5. Trespasser. Don't think there's a point in attacking. Oh, we're just playing classic Orzhov aggro here. Nice. Orzhov aggro, baby. Orzhov aggro. Silencer into Archon into Trespasser is too much for the opponent. So it's Thoughtseize, Consider, right? That's the only cards we saw, and it was Esper. So I think we board in Combo. We board in Duress. Just needs an Avacyn. I know. I'm trying to stay disciplined when I'm building these decks because I feel like Pioneer kind of falls into this trap where you can kind of play whatever you want, quote unquote, and I think the meta has been now punishing people with that. Like, i.e., Mono Green just goes bigger with everything, and then like, oh, Greasefang. That makes sense. Thoughtseize plus Consider. I mean, we'll still keep in. I was gonna keep in the Dire Tactics and the Vanishing Verse anyway, as well as the Butt Chief's Thirsts. So I was gonna board out like that, and then maybe bring in a Hearse in case they're like a. I thought they might be like Esper Control, in which case I would bring this in just to stop the Delve threats as well. I won't board in the Rest in Peace though. I'll probably board out the Redain though. So we'll board like that. I think they might be Control. But like, I think people fall into this trap where it's like, oh, you can kind of be all clunky and it's like standard, and it's like, and then that's when like these aggro decks like Boros Heroic, Spirits, Humans, they come in and they just like punish the shit out of you. So I think you kind of have to stay disciplined. You have to be on, kind of have to have a curve where Modern was pre like War of the Spark, where you still have a decent amount of 2s and 3s, but not too many 3s. That's my opinion. So again, like, I don't know if they're Greasefang. They might be, but I'll just keep it like this. We'll confirm match 2, and then if that's the case, we'll board in the Rest in Pieces, and the Noxious Grasps as well. But I kind of don't want to board all that in, and then the end just being a Control, and then like we just have a bunch of dead cards. So I don't want to like be all in on that either. Okay. So we can go Sanctum on 1, Hive on 2, and then Sanctum on 3. Okay. Look, we don't. If they are on Greasefang, we don't have much. So. We don't have heat in our opener, at least. If they take the Vanishing Verse, I think that's very telling that they're on Greasefang. Is Portable Hole bad? I don't think it's bad. I think they're on Greasefang now. And now we can play Hive into Pathway into Sanctum. Okay, you're right, Matt. You were right. So I could take these combos up or in Rest in Pieces and such. Oh, okay, Dermat. So they just shredded our hand anyway. So they're stuck on 3. So this will be Comball too strong. Comball too strong. There we go. This feels good. This feels good. Hole plus Wasteland Strangler. I mean, I just don't think there's enough cards in the format that get answered by Portable Hole in the grand scheme of things. Like, obviously you can have a meta call, and you can you know, if your meta's full of Boros heroic spirits and humans, portable is great. But like in the grand scheme of things, I think portable just doesn't hit too many things. That being said, if you do play something like Orzhov, you do run Vanishing Verse. There's Dire Tactics where I'm running a one of, and then you have Warning Emperor. So like there's enough exile effects where you can run it. I think if you wanted to play Portable Hole, I think running like two is fine. I just don't think you can build around Portable Hole. Is my point. But again, like maybe you can run like one or two. I just don't think it's the format's that low to the ground yet. Interesting. Land. Alright, I'm just gonna play Silencer. Or sorry, Aspirant. And just pump. But I do want a third land on the top. That might be contingent on how well we perform here. Uh-oh. Oh. Boros, sorry, got it. Land. Got punished for playing this for white. Got punished. I was gonna peek heal. Got in time for a fresh game. Yep. I mean, we're third one. We beat Mono Green. I hope you get fired from your job and go bankrupt. Oh my god, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. That's gonna go on Twitter in a bit. You will be on Twitter shortly, opponent. I am in the league. It says at the top, right here, Pioneer League Stage 1. Again, land off the top would be much preferred. Like, we're not out of the woods yet. This is funny. So I'm just going to screenshot this. Again, land would be fantastic. Not that one, though. I think I name Reckless Rage, probably. I could also Thoughtseize here. Thoughtseize might be the better play. And then we can Silencer. Alright. Oh, but then they can Arcanist it back. Yeah, that's I fucked up. I could also just not attack. I could also just not attack. Hold the fort down. This gets 2/3, 3/3. So if they draw any pump spell, this attacks me. I think I just race. Gigantha in hand, sure. So we could name Silencer, or play Silencer name Gigantha. Go to 8. Yeah. Yep. So we'll try to race here. We'll attack. They go to 8. I think my stream just died too. That's unfortunate. Interesting. Okay. They topped. So they can cast God's Willing. Okay. Okay. Probably have to block. Oh, but they're gonna God's Willing it, huh? They're gonna kill me? I'll block here. So we gotta hope that they don't draw another Homestead Courage. Or a way to give Trample. So I could go Inspector plus Archon. Let me see. They run... So God's Willing would kill me. Actually, it wouldn't. They could just name White. So I need to go Trespasser plus Inspector. So I don't die to God's Willing. Ancestral Anger gets +1/+0. That'd be 9. We could also just hold up Wandering Emperor too. So we're gonna play 1 God's Willing, right? They would have played 1 Surgery Shelter here. So Homestead Courage is really the only card that fucks us with Wandering Emperor, but they need Homestead Urge plus something else. So I think I just need to dodge. Like, God's Willing stops everything. Like, the way we play when God's Willing is we play Trespasser and then Inspector. I think we have to do that. I don't think we can just go all in on Wandering Emperor. Their last card is Gigantha Unknown. I wonder if I want to go wide here. And Stressful Angle is 9-10. So I'll just double block Inspector and Trespasser on favorite Hoplite. Cool. I think this is lethal. They're at a virtual 6. There's something that gives them instant lifelink, right? Yeah. I'll put it on the gluten, I think. Oh, sorry. My computer likes to mute. Oh, they had another one. Wait, what? Why didn't they kill this? If they killed this... Oh, that's still lethal. No, but like... I'm trying to figure out if they had killed this... Oh, this is still lethal. Yeah, okay. Wow, that was a close one. Sorry, Mike likes to just like auto-mute by itself sometimes. It's kind of annoying. So Redain doesn't do anything in this matchup. Archon's decent. We want Kaya's Wrath. Combo is an interesting one. He were in Noxious Grasp. I'm also inclined to bring in Duress too. I don't know. I haven't thought about combo in this matchup. I think it's kind of slow, but it's interesting. It's worth thinking about. It's definitely in the maybe pile. So like the Duresses and the combos in the maybe piles, and we'll see what we're gonna board out, and if there's enough cards that we want to board out and keep in. So I think we could board out the Gideons. We'll keep the Wandering Emperor, Kyle's Wrath split. Aspirants are interesting. Like the thing is, like the Duresses, like we want them to hit their creatures. I agree. Inspectors are weak too. Like we don't have enough time to crack clues, and they don't have any 3-drops that we care about outside of Fiend Slayer Paladin. In which case we have to have, hopefully we have Wandering Emperor or Kai's Wrath to answer that. I think Archon's fine. We could play, we could trim a Silencer and an Aspirant. Like, we could just trim a bunch of 3s. We also maybe don't even want combo either. Because it doesn't really block well either. And, like, at least Trespasser can exile the graveyard. So maybe we don't want combo. Lower the curve a little bit. And then maybe we just trim, like, a Silencer. And then, like, trim an Archon or something like that. Or maybe trim a Trespasser. One of these. Yeah, it's either Archon or Trespasser. I did not have a Gonzo on my radar, though, to play cards to play around. I feel like I don't know those format very well. It's like I'm kind of like just blindly doing things and not knowing what to play around, which sucks. Oh, I have to press submit. Oh no. I didn't sideboard. Oh my god, that's so frustrating. Oh my gosh. I mean, our main deck's fine against this. It's just annoying that we don't have sweepers. That's frustrating. On the draw, it's difficult to win this matchup anyway, but still. Fiend Slayers for Rakdos, as well as like anything with mono red, red base removal. So like, is it Phoenix, for example? Oh my god. This needs more interaction. We'd be boarding out these inspectors for wraths and stuff. Okay, on the draw, I think we have to keep this. Oh, that's really annoying. I think I'm gonna Thoughtseize here. Oh my gosh, please give me a land off the top. Man, just inspectors are just not ideal, huh? 5-1. Take their protection spell. Please give me a land deck. Please. Please give me a land. Please give me a land. Please give me land. White source, preferably. Deck. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Okay. They got to commit to the board more. I'll take the Homestead Courage. So we have to hope that they blink here. We block here. So first thing that we did sideboard. I hate Moto because of that. Okay. So we need push or silencer or thirst. Hey, Dewey, thanks for the raid, buddy. Appreciate it. How'd your stream? Hope it went well. Playing some Orzhov midrange here. We accidentally did sideboard because Moto timer went out. Interesting. I will gladly block. We're kind of in a pickle, though. I'll name Gigantha again. Boom. So now if we draw Kaya's Wrath, we are kind of in the clear. But if they cast a Gigantha, it's difficult for us to answer this 5-5, unfortunately. So, but if they cast Gigantha, Kaya's Wrath would be a great one to... So we trigger Silencer. Okay. Do I want to push now? I think so. Spend our mana now. Okay. So we're gonna probably just throw everything at Gigantha. Oh, you're right, Pikili. That's so annoying. So knowing that we don't have access to Kaya's Wrath, we do have to throw everything into the Gigantha, probably. And then we have Vanishing Verse for the Swiss Spear. I think I just throw everything at it. If they have any answer to this, we're just kind of dead. If they had something, they probably would attack the Swiss Spear. How's it going, Mr. Rating Goals, by the way? 301 is nice. We beat mono green too. That felt really good. Like 2-0ing mono green was kind of a good showing for this deck. If we could beat this deck without sideboarding, that'd be hilarious too. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna crack a clue now. Play around with protection spell. Alright, we're calling back. We're calling back. Should have said anything. I'm all into 6 on one land. That was actually pretty close. Okay, let's actually sideboard here. Kaya's Wrath. Noxious Grasp. 2 Archons. I don't remember if we sided on combos. I think we said no, right? Inspectors can come out. Redane can come out. Gideons can come out. I think that was a sideboard plan. Pretty clean. We want the Duresses, actually, and I think we trimmed an Archon and a Silencer. I think that's what we did. Submit deck. I have submitted the deck. So true. And I'm all in a 6-2. On a one-lander. Oh, man, this is... the Sanctum is kind of awful, but we do have to play it. That means if we draw a Black Source off the top, we can Thoughtseize plus Thirst, and that'd be fantastic. I kind of want to just, like, Aspirant here. I could also just play Silverquill Silencer. And you just name, like, Reckless Rage. I think I'll do that. Okay. I think I'd take it. Maybe I should have blocked so that we could set up this Thirst. I think I Thoughtseize here. I don't think we want to just... God's Willing, Ancestral Anger... We have to set up this Kaya's Wrath. I think that's the only way we win this game. I could also just take the Virtuoso. I kind of want them to tap it for the creature, right? I think I'll take the cantrip. Okay. Oh, man. We need to hit our 3rd and 4th lands for these Kaya's Wraths. These are just going to be speed bumps for now. Yeah, I'll make them spend their God's Willing here. Oh, wow. Okay, sure. Again, land would be great. Just lands, please. Oh my god. Okay. We'll block here. Because I want, if they target this, then they get value out of it. If they target any of these, they get value out of it. Okay. I guess that doesn't really matter. I should actually just watch Virtuoso. I'm so dumb. I'm so bad at Magic. Just like tilting off not drawing the lands here. So we go to, we should be at 12 technically. Land. Oh my goodness gracious. We gotta take the double striker. Oh my god, please, deck. My dad. 2, 9. Any basic swamp or Urborg? Oh my god. Please just draw nothing. I had it all. Okay, got it. Kind of frustrating. I want to know what the last card was. I still get showing though. I mean, like, just not sideboarding game 2 obviously cost us the game, as I was like distracted. But the good showing here, I think the cards that are worth reconsidering are like Faneslayer, Paladin, and Licensors. I'm considering like Cletus over this spot or one of these two spots. I think the main deck's pretty solid. I think 2 Inspectors are fine. The Luminarch Aspirants have been very, very good. Archons and Redains have been good. Like, I think the main, I think I'm like just locked. Like I said, I don't know. What I want to change with the sideboard. The Archons were nuts, especially against mono green and all the like spell based decks. So I think having a 2-2 split main side is actually pretty appropriate. Sorin an option? Which Sorin are you speaking of? Because I think there's like 3. But this deck is pretty fun. I think I have something here. Oh, Mirthless? Maybe? I I think it gets like what's Sorin worthless for? Right? It's like control or like mid range matchups, and in which case maybe like it's better than an unlicensed source, for example. I don't know, or maybe like cutting it over like the Fiend Slayer Paladin. I'm not entirely sure. Um. Yeah, so like let's just think about some changes that I might think of for the next stream. Again, this is a pretty good showing. The deck felt pretty good. I'm pretty happy with how it feels. Like if me not sideboarding is and then not drawing our third or fourth land is how we lose the game, then that's how we lose the game. But the Kaya's Wrath would have been very good in that spot, just gaining us a bunch of life, right? So I think the Faint Slayer Paladins are just maybe we have it as like a one of. The Lysis Hearse are also kind of not that great in my opinion, just in my testing. So maybe I want like one Kalidas, and then maybe we could try that one Sorin that you speak of, just for like those mid-range mirrors like we mentioned. But the thing is, like, we already have so many value walkers too, so I can see like not having it. Is there a comma? I don't think there's a common Sorin the Mirthless. I don't think there's a comma. It's a card I did think about though, but I don't think it's main deck. I think Gideon and Wandering Emperor is like where you want to be. So maybe we can go like that. Cut a Fiend Slayer and cut a Hearse, for example. Maybe this is like where I might be next stream. I'm gonna have to call it here. Gonna get some food again. Unfortunately, I kind of wish we are under better circumstances, but like the stream is also my internet's also been kind of flaky, so it's just like I'm like keeping an eye on it, and it's kind of difficult to stream and do that as well. Invoke Despair is also an option too. I've seen like Ginger play this card as well. Of course, Turducken. Appreciate you tuning in as always. Like just for mid-range matchups, just like you draw 2 and they sack a creature for 5 mana. 5 mana is a lot though. So Gift the Aetherborn I think is just a little too mediocre, and like stuff like Boros and stuff, like they just have Reckless Rage, and it's like it's not that great. And then against Spirits they just fly over. So I don't think Gifted Aetherborn's that great. And the other thing about Gifted Aetherborn too is I believe it's double black, right? And you don't want anything that's double costed in in the 2-drop slot, just because that just wrecks your mana. Like if you have anything that's double black, the pathways just instantly become bad because you want to make sure you can do both colors. So having your cards not be so mana constricted early on, and your pathways can be a little more flexible, is why the mana base is so good. And that's why in like Golgari, for example, where I personally like Werewolf Pack Leader as a 2-drop, but since it's double green and you don't have enough duels to go turn 1 Thoughtseize and have a green source, it's tough. That being said, like Gifted Aetherborn is black, so you can go Thoughtseize on 1 and then Gifted Aetherborn on 2. But I think it's still a little tough. I mean, I could see maybe it being over the Thraben Inspectors. And then it does trade up. So they might have some merit now that I think about it. But I think the Inspectors are just really important, just to be able to generate card advantage and be able to, have Revolt for push. I think that's been very, very relevant. Night of Eleven Legions also, I think there's a lot of these cards that a lot of people like suggest. Pum Data, appreciate the suggestion too. Like Thraben Inspector, I think is a card that does a lot. It generates card advantage and it triggers over Fatal Push. And Knight of the Ebon Legion is a good like aggro card. I just don't know if it fits what this deck is trying to do. I think it's a good suggestion. Maybe it's worth trying, but I've been really impressed with Thraben Inspector. Because like there's like as a mid range deck, you're on the back foot a lot of the time, and having a Thraben Inspector just to generate card advantage and having Revolt is pretty decent. But like Knight of the Ebon Legion is like all in on aggro, and that's where it's kind of awkward. And that's why cards like Rim Flare and Werewolf Pack Leader in Golgari I haven't liked, because it forces you to be aggressive and attack. And a lot of matchups like Boros aggro or a lot of the creature-based decks, you're the control deck in that matchup. So in which case it doesn't really do anything, because like a 3/3 body on Werewolf Pack Leader, for example, is a great body to block, but it's just a vanilla 3/3 when you want to get more value out of it. Whereas like something like Luminarch Aspirant, like this whole league has been very good. Like against Boros aggro that game 1, where everyone was watching, like it just turned into a 6/6. It was just so huge, and that was very, very relevant, right? Kunaros is interesting too. I just haven't liked Kunaros because I feel like it doesn't do enough, if that makes sense. Like Archon actually has like static abilities. Redain has Redain. I don't know how to pronounce this the card. Like Redain also has static abilities. Kunoros is again like it's not bad, but like if you compare it to something like Trespasser is just better because it's just a little bit more resilient. Because of the ward. So like all these things have like static abilities. Like Kunoros' ideal position is like against is it Phoenix and Mono Green, where like the past static ability actually does something? It stopped Okultro from coming back and stops Is it Phoenix from coming back or Arctic Phoenix from coming back. But like other than those specific situations, it's very very vanilla from my testing when I played Abzan. So this is where I really like. I've been really impressed with this creature package in the threes. There's gonna be something really impressive to take these out, and then in those same matchups, like Kumbal does a lot too. It has a static ability where at least it drains for two. If your argument's like Kunos is gonna get aggro, like that makes sense too. Just because it blocks and has menace, but then um, it just often not it just probably chumps against Boros aggro, right? They just attack through it and you essentially chump and gain three. I don't think that's good enough. But that's just my opinion. I might be wrong, but this is just kind of my opinion on these things. I've been kind of admittedly been misevaluating this format a ton. So I mean I don't want what I'm saying to be like set in stone. This is kind of just like my initial gut, right, like my knee jerk reaction, right? Appreciate the keywords, Nezan. That's kind of my goal is to keep a chill vibe. If you wanted to keep better against aggro, authority of the consoles is nice out of the side. I haven't liked Takanuma at all in this format. It's just too clunky. I'd rather have like a castle, or a hive. Like this just it just does a lot. I could see it over an Urborg. I actually might see a Takanuma over an Urborg. Like the Urborg actually hasn't been too relevant in my opinion. Um, Maybe that's something I'll try too. I think Takanuma over the Urborg is better actually. What is 30? This is interesting. I think this is one of those things where it just gains life, and I don't think this card does enough. And it's not like Boros aggro has a lot of haster. I guess they have Legionnaire and Swiss Spear, but I think it's just difficult to like if I have to make room for like a creature like Spellbase, like I think I'd rather just have like a sweeper like Kaya's Wrath, right? Because like even that matchup, that last match where like um we couldn't cast a Kaya's Wrath because we're stuck in our head. We even like best case scenario, we have this on one. Like I don't think that would have really helped, honestly. Granted that we did lose to the top deck Swisser, but they also had the Reckless Rage. Like I don't like maybe it gets us out a little bit, but I don't see like this has to be a cast on turn one, and if you really want to have it on your opener hand consistently, you need multiples, and that's kind of where I don't really like it. I want White Castle. I thought about White Castle over the Cave actually, Turducken. Um, I think Aegon was really really good. Um, Again, I think you could have a White Castle over the over the cave. I just want to make sure I have enough turn one white sources to have Thraben Inspector. That's the only thing. And like for me to play a Castle Ardenvale untapped, I need Godless Shrine or a basic planes. I don't think I have enough cards to play that untapped. And I already have Castle already, so it's kind of difficult to have both. I think that would be too many. Avacyn. We can't even draw a third land, let alone play our fifth land for Avacyn. I don't know about that one, Matt. But I really appreciate you tuning and hanging out. This is a great stream. If you want to support the channel, please hit that follow button. If you want to check my past streams, go to my YouTube, join the Discord if you haven't, and then follow me on Twitter. If you want to support the channel, I post a lot of memes and shit talk and stuff. I'll try to squeeze in a stream this weekend. with these sideboard changes. Again, the main is good. I think we've won almost all of our game ones this league. It's just those post-war games are tough, and I think that's just where we just have to fine tune. Like stuff like Fiend Slayer, I don't think is that great. I think Kaya's Wrath has proven to be good. The game life isn't great. I'm gonna try the Sword now. It's interesting. I want to try the Cleese because Cleese is also a card we could board it against aggro too. Like against Boros Heroic, like if we even just trade, like if we just can slam a Cletus and then just untap and we can like push a Thirst or something, or just trade with creatures in combat, that's where Cleese can kind of take over the game, right? So I think one Cleese is fine. We could raid Evan, who's playing Pioneer, or we could play Danny, who's playing Modern. That's right, Danny. He has 3 viewers. Sense love. I really appreciate you for tuning in and hanging out. I want to give a huge shout out to all the follows. A Buddy, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate it. And Micah MBG, if I've missed the follow, my notifications are all messed up. Thank you for the follow as well. If you're still in the chat, really appreciate it. So yeah, let's send Danny some love, and I would give a huge shout out to Doomwake for the raid. For some reason my notifications, like I think it's because my internet went in and out, and I think that's just screwing with all these things. Again, I'll try to squeeze in a stream this weekend. So yeah, let's send Danny some love. Hope to catch everyone next time. Follow me on Twitter for the stream updates or Discord and all the above. Take care. Stay safe. Bye.